This goes so hard, even the ops go with it. That's how you know we lit.
Whiteout conditions throughout the Great Plains sure made travel difficult, but we're still expecting a full house at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in Broncos. And off we go from Denver. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Those defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week.
On the spot on almost every snap. If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Field and down to the 47. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Love looking to throw it. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Love now to pass on 1st down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Love. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Love, this is third and goal. Escaping the pressure right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
That's an early scramble to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
They'll look to run with Dillon. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Broncos at 3-7 now in the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now in the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
His throw incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Back deep for the Broncos is Isaiah McKenzie. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Ready. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Again, it's Jones. And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Love. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Finding space at the 40. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down, Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The kick by McManus is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
But I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action this time with Love. Out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Love, they go play action now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rocky Mountain snow looks like it's going to continue through this second half as we are back underway in Denver. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. They find some open field here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 72 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this will be a Packers 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Love going to give this one to Jones. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Jones running left. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner. And he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw now. Here's Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ready. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Makes the score Packers 24, Broncos 3.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there.
Touchdown, Broncos. K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we'll see a return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 171 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Show a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
On third down, here's Jones. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, and here's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Wilson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things down.
Anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap? but if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now...
And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty. But they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones. Touchdown! Aaron Jones from 8 yards out. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Quick slant to Hamler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now throwing again here, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Wilson. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Same connection, Dulcich once again. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Williams will try again. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. And they will take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Packers, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions.